what should we be doing? Are there certain labels that we should be reading, avoiding, aside from red meat and dairy? Are there any other danger foods that you see?
I think all of the meats are less healthy than you might be led to believe. Actually, the 5th source of saturated fat in the American diet is cheese, and then there's pizza, which is more cheese, and number 5 is chicken.
I eat a little bit of everything, but I've always said that I pay close attention to how whatever food I'm eating was cultivated, how, if it's meat, how was that animal raised? If it's cheese, which comes from a cow, how was that cow raised? Where is that dairy coming from? Because I drink dairy. I
eat cheese.
Eat cheese. I love cheese. I literally, and the thing is, I love cheese. I don't want to live life without cheese.
You have to realize, in my research, I was like, no, don't take away my 5-year-age Gouda, not my Manchego. Like, I had an entire drawer dedicated to high-end cheeses in my house. And
I have the same drawer. I have a low-end cheese drawer as well. I have both.
The thing about cheese, so, you know, proteins and carbohydrates, 4 calories per gram. 1 gram of cheese, 9 calories. So when you take, it takes 10 gallons of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. So you're concentrating it down. I know, I see your face.
That's why they're so dangerous.
Because I've done the research too on cheese, and cheese has not been associated with
70% saturated fat.
I know, but you can say that, but there's other data out there that supports an opposing viewpoint, which I have, which is just, look, at the end of the day,
moderation is key.
And I'm a Midwestern guy who lives in the South, who realistically,
give it cheese that?
No, but I come out here to LA, and no offense, but every other restaurant is perfect, and I love that. I love having choices in LA, but it's just not the reality.
Yes.
You go to other parts of the country, and it's impossible to sit here and say, okay, I'm not saying we can't move there, and I'm not saying that I don't eat a primarily vegetarian-based diet, because I do believe in that. But I am of the belief that we've got to start taking incremental steps, because realistically, there are still wide swaths of the country where
of course,
the shift from meat-based, processed food-based. When you say cheese in certain parts of the country, that means nacho cheese, and there's actually no cheese in it. It's all processed fake cheese. So what I always say is, look, if you're going to eat cheese, please eat real cheese at least.
Yes.
And what you're saying is, okay, be worried about this though. And I think we're going to slowly make a shift. And I think your education is a brilliant one.
Pricier, but maybe the European cheeses, just based on what you said, how they're raising the cows, et cetera, maybe the European cheeses are better. But Travis, we love our alfalfa sprouts and arugula here in SoCal.
Go broccoli.
That's why we're all.
And I gotta say, I applaud you, Dr. Funk, because one of the things I love about you is your passion for your patients and mitigating risk factors. And I love how your focus is always, okay, what is the best thing we can be doing for our health? So I always applaud you for that.